Deuteronomy 23. No man whose testicles have been crushed or whose penis has been cut off might enter the Lord's assembly. No one of illegitimate birth may enter the Lord's assembly. None of his descendants, even to the 10th generation, might enter the Lord's assembly. No Ammonite or Moabite might enter the Lord's assembly. None of their descendants, even to the 10th generation, might enter the Lord's assembly. This is because they did not meet you with food and water on the journey after you came out of Egypt, and because Balaam son of Beor from Petor in Aram Maharaim has hired to curse you. Yes, the Lord your God would not listen to Balaam, but he turned the curse into a blessing for you, because the Lord our God loves you. Never pursue their welfare or prosperity as long as you live. Do not despise an Edomite, because he is your brother. Do not despise an Egyptian, because you are resident and alien in his land. The children born to them in the third generation might enter the Lord's assembly. When you are encamped against your enemies, be careful to avoid anything offensive. If there is a man among you who is unclean because of a bodily incision during the night, he must go outside the camp. He may not come anywhere inside the camp. When evening approaches, he is to wash his hand. He is to wash with water, and when the sun sets, he might come inside the camp. You are to have a place outside the camp and go there to relieve yourself. You are to have a digging tool in your equipment. When you relieve yourself, dig a hole with it and cover up your excrements. For the Lord your God walks throughout your camp to protect you and deliver your enemies to you, so your encampment might be holy. He must not see anything indecent among you, or he will turn away from you. Do not turn a slave to his master when he has escaped from his master to you. Let him live among you wherever he wants within the city gates. Do not mistreat him. No Israelite woman needs to be a court prostitute, and no Israelite man needs to be a court prostitute. Do not bring a female prostitute wages or a male prostitute earnings into the house of the Lord your God to fulfill any vow, because both are detestable to the Lord our God. Do not charge your brother interest on silver, food, or anything that can earn interest. You might charge a foreigner interest, but you might not charge your brother Israelite interest, so that the Lord your God might bless you in everything you do in the land you are entering to possess. If you make a vow to the Lord your God, do not be slow to keep it, because he will require it of you, and it will be counted against you as sin. But if you refrain from making a vow, it will not be counted against you as a sin. Be careful not to do whatever comes from your lips, because you have freely vowed what you promised to the Lord your God. When you enter your neighbor's vineyard, you might eat as many grapes as you want until you are full, but do not put any in your container. When you enter your neighbor's standing grain, you might pluck a head of grain with your hand. Do not put a sickle to your neighbor's grain.
Deuteronomy chapter 24. If a man marries a woman, but she becomes displeasing to him because he finds something indecent about her, he may write her a divorce certificate, hand it to her, and send her away from his house. If after leaving his house she goes and becomes another man's wife, and the second man hates her, writes her a divorce certificate, hands it to her, and sends her away from his house, or if he dies, the first husband who sent her away may not marry her again after she has been defiled, because that would be detestable to the Lord. You must not bring guilt on the land of the Lord your God is giving you as an inheritance. When a man takes a bride, he must not go out with the army or be liable for any duty. He is free to stay at home for 1 year, so that he can bring joy to the wife he has married. Do not take a pair of grindstone or even the upper millstone as security for a debt, because that is like taking a life as security. If a man is discovered kidnapping one of his Israelite brothers, whether he treats him as a slave or sells him, the kidnapper must die. You must purge the evil from you. Be careful with a person who has a case of serious skin disease, following carefully everything the Leviticus priest instructs you to do. Be careful to do as I have commanded them. Remember what the Lord your God did to Miriam on the journey after you left Egypt. When you make a loan of any kind to your neighbor, do not enter his house to collect what he offers as security. Stand outside while the man you are making the loan to brings the security out to you. If he is a poor man, do not sleep with the garment he has given as security. Be sure to return it to him at sunset. Then he will sleep in it and bless you, and this will be counted as righteous to you before the Lord your God. Do not press a hired worker who is poor and needy, whether one of your Israelite brothers or one of the resident aliens in the town in your land. You are to pay him his wages each day before the sun sets, because he is poor and depends on them. Otherwise he will cry out to the Lord against you, and you will be held guilty. Fathers are not to be put to death for their children, and children are not to be put to death for their fathers. Each person will be put to death for his own sin. Do not deny justice to a resident alien or fatherless child, and do not take a widow's garment as security. Remember that you were a slave in Egypt, and the Lord your God redeemed you from there. Therefore I am commanding you to do this. When you reap the harvest in your field and you forget a sheaf in the field, do not go back to get it. It is to be left for the resident alien, the fatherless, the widow, so that the Lord your God may bless you in all the work of your hands. When you knock down the fruit from your olive tree, do not go over the branches again. What remains will be for the resident alien, the fatherless, and the widow. When you gather the grapes of your vineyard, do not glean what is left. What remains will be for the resident alien, the fatherless, and the widow. Remember what you were a slave in the land of Egypt. Therefore I am commanding you to do this.
Deuteronomy 25. If there is a dispute between man and there are to go to court, and the judge will hear their case, they will clear the innocent and condemn the guilty. If the guilty party deserves to be flogged, the judge will make him lie down and be flogged in his presence with the number of lashes approached for his crimes. He may lashes if he is flogged with more lashes than these, your brother will be degraded in your sight. Do not muzzle an ox while it treads out grain. When your brothers live on the same property and one of them dies without a son, the wife of the dead man may not marry a stranger outside the family. Her brother-in-law is to take her as his wife, have sexual relationship with her, and perform the duty of a brother-in-law for her. The first son she bears will carry on the name of the dead brother, so his name will not be blotted out from Israel. But if the man doesn't want to marry his sister-in-law, she is to go to the elders at the city gate and say, "My brother-in-law refuses to preserve his brother's name in Israel. He isn't willing to perform the duty of a brother, his brother's name in Israel. He isn't willing to perform the duty of a brother-in-law for me. The elder of his city will summon him and speak with him. He is persist and speak with him. If he persists and says, 'I don't want to marry her,' then his sister-in-law will go up to him in the sight of the elders, remove his sandal from his foot, and spit on his face. Then she will declare, 'This is what is done to a man who will not build up his brother's house,' and his family's name in Israel will be the house of the man whose sandal was removed. If two men were fighting with each other, and the wife of one steps in to rescue her husband from one striking him, and she puts out her hand and grabs his genitals, you are to cut off her hand. Do not show pity. Do not have differing weight in your bag, one heavy and one light. Do not have differing dry measures in your house, a larger and a smaller. You must have a full and honest weight, a full and honest dry measure, so that you may live long and in the land the Lord your God is giving you. For everyone who does such things and acts unfairly is destined to the Lord your God. Remember what the Amalekites did to you on your journey after you left Egypt. They met you along the way and attacked all your stranglers from behind when you were tired and weary. They did not fear God when the Lord your God gave you rest from all the enemies around you in the land the Lord your God is giving you to possess as an inheritance. Bolt out the memory of Amalek under heaven. Do not forget.